Hey everybody, good evening. Friday Night Live with OCV and friends. So
G'day,
tonight,
g'day.
wanted to say hi, Sean.
I want to say g'day back.
How's it going down under today?
We're um we're a bit on the wet side, a bit on the cold side, but we're getting there. I'm
Yeah, we're a
busy.
bit on the sunny side. It's supposed to get cloudy and just rain later, then clear up. Hopefully, we clear up enough to be able to see the northern lights tonight.
The Northern Lights.
Yeah,
OMG, that'd be awesome.
yeah, we got this massive solar storm coming up, and it's going to be hitting the We're mid-range. It's going to go all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So it's going to be a pretty interesting evening. And I looked at the map
Huh.
to see what was going on in your neck of the wood. It's barely touching the southern tip of Tasmania. So, well, hi, Joe. Welcome in. Thank you.
G'day, Joe. How you going, buddy?
So, with that being said, I'd like to go over a few things here. Oh, look, we have cruising is fun anytime. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome in.
G'day, Cheryl. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Nice having you here. And then we'll have another guest on a little later, currently stuck in traffic. So, and of course, the ever popular Mike and Rihanna. I
G'day.
heard that somebody is in Medicine Hat, Alberta, right now.
Oh yeah. Who's
Yeah,
that?
Ricky Rocker said he was up there sitting in front of Mike's and Rihanna's house, waiting for them to walk out this morning.
God, don't talk to me about that bloody Ricky Rocker.
We'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
You know, so uh, so that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but then I heard when he's done up there, he's heading to New Hampshire.
Well, let the guys in New Hampshire have some fun with him. Let me tell you, I'm actually a little bit on the. Well, I've got mixed emotions here. On the one hand, he did me a favor, but on the other hand, he really peeved me off. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, well, people will get to see it on our show exactly what the mongrel bastard did. And I use the word
Great.
mongrel bastard affectionately. G'day, Marjorie. How you going? Oh,
Hi,
Dorothy.
Marjorie. And a beautiful and wonderful Miss OCV, Donna.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But then I'm not allowed to say that.
Oh, you can always say that.
Joe, well, it's either he's heading to Jimmy's place or he's heading to John and Nancy's place because they live there too.
Well, and then I heard he's supposed to be heading down towards Atlanta, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, and after that, I think he's going to Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers, and Miami.
I hope he doesn't destroy Port Canaveral before we actually get there.
Yeah, I hear he's playing. He's playing in Port Canaveral at the place that we're going to do the cruise meetup at. He might trash the place, but that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because then we don't have a place to go and drink Foster's.
Oh, thank God! Let's get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe would be with me there if we could totally ban that stuff, destroy it. Man, we'd go everywhere. G'day, Alice. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Alice.
Hey,
Thank
question, you. Joe. What's the weather up in like?
I don't know, Joe. Yeah, what's the weather like?
Everybody's in. That's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, that's really.
Everybody, remember to like and share the stream, and make sure you share it on your social media. It'll help out. Also, programming note before we get started. Date to be announced, but Friday Night Live with OCB and friends will we be having a time change in the near future. and we will announce when that'll be 1 hour earlier, more than likely, but we'll let you know the date. Probably won't be until June. So that way everybody's aware of it. Due to a lot of people streaming at 7, we're going to move up 1 hour so everybody can enjoy this stream plus everybody else's stream. Okay.
Joe is saying that Dubbo's wet. I feel for you guys. Lots of rain in the New South Wales.
So, Joe, how wet is it? Sorry.
Backstroke
I had to ask it that way.
Yeah.
Is he wearing his fins and his? Is he wearing his scuba gear?
Actually, no. I was led to believe that Joe's got a very nice pair of budgie smugglers.
Yeah, well, let's not go there because I snuggied my budgies the other day.
Yeah, well, I was told that on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, Donna will be fronting up in her see-through bikini.
I'm waiting for the reaction. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just don't do it again.
I won't do it again.
Good. Yep. No,
I don't think she caught that.
Yeah. Well, she will on the replay.
But she's watching it. Didn't you hear Sean's question? Ask it again, Sean.
Donna, on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, I'm led to believe you will be wearing your see-through bikini.
Negative.
Well, if I can wear my budgie smugglers, you can wear your see-through bikini.
I'm not wearing budgie smugglers on the cruise.
No?
I'm wearing a grape leaf.
A grape leaf.
Mm-hmm. One on the front, one on the back, so we don't scare people. Like those little medallions you put on the back of cats.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Rabbi Yossel Sachs Schmimmelhauser will be on board, and he'll be wearing his budgie smugglers too.
Oh, will he be doing services on Saturday?
Oh, yes, he will. If you.
Oh, we got to make sure we do a rock and roll themed service.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Yeah. There's Donna's answer, official answer.
Official answer, right? Okay. And Joe is saying you're going Adam style. I'd be more inclined to say that you'd be going Gangnam style.
Oi. Sorry. That's bad. That could be worse.
Could be worse.
I can go pineapple pen style.
I thought we left the pineapples to Michael Clock.
I think we did. So, but, I could also end up going, what does the fox say style?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Ring, ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
That's it.
World's most annoying songs. So,
correct.
All right. Well, why don't we get into our topic for tonight?
Sure.
And that topic tonight is getting to know Helping Hands for Cruising a little better. A little more information. So, you ready, Sean? I got 10 hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, go for it. I'm open.
All right. So, what inspired you to establish Helping Hands for Cruising, and what is the organization's primary missions?
Good question. First things first, what inspired us? Well, 2022, we were doing a cruise on the Carnival Horizon. Mm-hmm. And for those that may or may not know Kenny, he was, that's Kenneth Oakes. He's actually quite a special kid, that guy. Mm-hmm. He has a number of medical issues, and one of those medical issues is that he needs to use a walker to get around. And I watched Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian. I watched him and a bunch of guys go up the Anna Ruby Falls in Helen, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny, under no circumstances, would take any help, and he
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't take any no's for any reason whatsoever. He proceeded up that hill, and he did it on his own, with the exception of the last 6 steps, which was physical steps up onto the top.
Mm-hmm.
He did the entire climb himself with his walker, and I thought, this kid is somebody special. So I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, Kenny, have you ever been on a cruise?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Well, why don't you?" "Yeah, you're right, Joe." I said, "Why don't you come and join us on our cruise?" He said, "I'd love to do that. I've never seen the ocean. I've never seen the beach. Never put my feet in on any sand or anything like that." I went, "Well, that's incredible. You need to join us." So anyway, I told him to get a hold of our TA at the time. That was Cindy Spiker, and he went ahead and he got in contact with him. And then all of a sudden, Kenny went really quiet. And I
Mm-hmm.
went, "Why are you quiet, mate?" He goes, "Because there's nowhere no one can afford this cruise." I said, "Okay, wait a minute. Let me do something." So I went around to a couple people. I spoke to a couple people. And at the end, we put together an opportunity for Kenny to actually go on the cruise. We raised some bucks, and we raised sufficient money to be able to put somebody else on a cruise as well. And
Mm-hmm.
so what we did was we said, "Okay, fine, let's start up a charity." And with that charity, what we will do is we will the criterion is, nobody, you have never had the opportunity to cruise in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You have uh, your circumstances are such that you can't do it. So down on your luck, or disabled, or you are the carer of somebody disabled, but you've never cruised in your life, never had the opportunity. And for that, we will then put you on board a cruise ship and give you a vacation of a lifetime. Quite frankly, it changed a number of lives, not only Kenny's, but mine and everybody else that was on board as well. So suffice it to say, we're quite excited about the Helping Hands for Cruising organization, about what it can do.
Okay. Fantastic. So, could you elaborate on the specific ser- um, services and support that Helping Hands for Cruising offers to the recipients?
Yeah. So we have a recipient. That recipient needs to get down to the cruise. So we will organize either road travel or a flight down to the cruise port. Um, if they need it, we organize a scooter. They are part of all the activities. And basically, there are board members or anybody who wishes to, from who's willing to put on a Helping Hands for Cruising T-shirt. Um, they are there to assist the recipient in no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. So for example, in Kenny's case, we assisted him by taking him from his cabin down to the meals. We took him on excursions with us. Um, he basically had an opportunity to move around the ship, assisted with any help if he needed it. And yeah, it was magic. That's what, when you involve other people in it as well, it certainly helps them grow. It does. As Joe says, it does make a difference, because it's not only a difference to the casualty, the recipient, but it is also to the people assisting.
Okay. So, what are some of the key challenges that recipients face, and how does Helping Hands for Cruising address these challenges?
For starters, one of the challenges right now for us is getting recipients outside of the cruising community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we the thing is, we everybody out there thinks it's only for people within cruising. No, we don't care where they come from. If they fit the criterion, let's get them on board a cruise ship. Now, in terms of other things that we worry about, I mean, if a person has got some huge medical issues and they need to travel with a carer, well, that carer comes on board the cruise ship with them.
Okay.
And essentially, they're being taken care of not only by HH4C, but also by their carer, so they get all the benefits that they need. And it works.
Okay. Can you discuss any notable successes or achievements that Helping Hands for Cruising has experienced since its inception?
I'll go back to Kenny, and then I'll bring in a couple of other, because we've had 3 recipients on board and we've got a 4th one coming up. In the case of Kenny, when he went on board the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise, what happened was Kenny came back and his dad had some medical issues, so he was taken off to hospital. But at the end, we took care of Kenny. We helped Kenny with his day-to-day care. He even went with one of our group on a trip to Disneyland. But while he was away, we were maintaining him, taking care of things as they were proceeding along. His home had to be cleaned out, so we organized a group of people that it was called the Kingsport Project, Kenny's Kingsport Project. And what that did was clean out Kenny's place. Unfortunately, the place was deemed to be not habitable for people. So we assisted Kenny in moving into another environment. Another group of people took care of him while things were being sorted, and now Kenny's in his own place, which is awesome. And of course, one of the other noticeable achievements is Kenny suddenly realized that, hey, he actually can afford to cruise. So he's been on a previous cruise. Now he's going on his 3rd one with the Rock and Roll.
Okay.
With James and Cindy Catanese, they were on the same cruise as Scott and Amber Hicks, and Scott and Amber actually opened up their home to Kenny. So with James and Cindy, they had an amazing cruise with Matt and Kimbra from Fantastic Cruising. They had an awesome cruise. And James and Cindy, what do you know, are putting up to go on their next cruise. Their life has been changed in more ways than one. Scott and Amber, well, what can I say about that couple? They just are Scott and Amber. And so they deserved to go on the free cruise, and they've been on another. And we're hoping that they can come with us on the Rock and Roll Tribute as well. So that's a 3rd cruise. So lives are being changed. People are growing, and the people around them are being changed as well, which is awesome.
Great. So how does Helping Hands for Cruising collaborate with other organizations or stakeholders within the cruising industry and outside the cruising industry in order to help you achieve your goals?
So in terms of within the cruising industry, we rely on our travel agents. And I must say thank you to Bruce from Ocean Travel. He certainly has made a huge dent in our findings. But we do rely on travel agents. Like I said, the inaugural was Cindy Spiker. The Fantastic Cruising was Kimbra from Fantastic Cruising, and Amy's cruise coming up is that's Amy from Amethyst Haze. She's the TA for her cruise. With those TAs in mind, they actually assist us in getting people on board a cruise ship. That's awesome, and that's one of the things Bruce has done for us as well. So that's awesome. But in terms of access to groups outside, we rely on everybody else's generosity to forward this kind of information so that we can get other cruises, other people on board a cruise ship. I mean, one of the things we're looking at is some of the guys in the military. We want to try and do associations with groups like Make-A-Wish Foundation, etc., etc. Even if we could work in with other organizations locally and overseas in order to get people on board a cruise ship, whatever it takes. But it all boils down to we need money in the first place. So
Absolutely.
that's where our cruise-a-thons come on in, and let's get people working on that.
So let me ask a question. In what ways does Helping Hands for Cruising adapt its approach to providing for the evolving needs of recipients that are going through economic challenges?
So a recipient who's, whether they're economically, well, primarily all our recipients are in the same track. See you, Joe. Hopefully we catch up with you a little later on, but you have a great day. And thanks for popping in. Essentially what we do is anybody who goes on board that cruise ship generally is, and they're a recipient, generally they are economically challenged. So Helping Hands for Cruising will get them to the cruise. Helping Hands will put them up at a hotel the night of and the night after. And of course, Helping Hands will pay for the cruise. The person also gets $120 on board credit, between $120 to $150 on board credit, depending on the cruise line. If we can organize that, then that person can use that OBC to do with as they wish. And that generally is a good thing. G'day, James. How you going, buddy? And that generally is a good thing, because what that does is it gives them the opportunity to go to a restaurant, do an excursion, whatever. One of the things we do is vet. Unfortunately, we have to vet some of the excursions, because in some cases people are physically unable to do them, whether it be they're in a wheelchair or whatever the case might be. So we are taking good precaution of what they can and can't do. I hope I'm answering your questions.
Oh, definitely. So let me ask a question. What is the structure of Helping Hands for Cruising? Are you informal? Do you have a board? How are you structured, and who's involved, and how do you work together?
Okay, so Helping Hands for Cruising is set up with an international. Oh, thank you, Alice. Thank you very much. Helping Hands for Cruising is an international, is run by an international board. So us here down in Oz, we've got some Canadians on the board, we've got some Americans on the board, and essentially what happens is the board manages the day-to-day functions of what goes on with HH4C. They approve the recipients, so on and so forth. We also have an advisory board, and there are a number of people on that advisory board that have the opportunity to give advice. And g'day, Bruce. I must have said Bruce 3 times because you appeared. There are people on the advisory board that come on in and give advice to board members. They are not involved in the decision-making process, but certainly their ideas and thoughts do carry a lot of weight. So, yeah, it's exciting.
All right, fantastic. So what strategies does Helping Hands for Cruising employ to ensure efficient allocation of resources and maximize the impact of its initiatives?
Okay, so anytime there's a cruise that, or a TA that wants to put up a cruise for HH4C, the TA or the cruise itself gets vetted. Much like, and as an example, the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, when you put it up, we asked for a 2 to 5 minute video explaining the benefits of the of the cruise and what it can do for the recipients. Our primary focus is the recipient, not what money it can generate. The Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise happens to be um, a beneficial cruise in more ways than one, and we really are appreciative of that. But essentially, cruises like Bruce's our bucket list cruise, the one that's going to Alaska, um, that those sort of cruises, we are just interested in the recipients having an amazing time. So the travel agent that's actually putting up those cruises, we vet them and we make sure that they can do the right thing, that they don't cause any issues for any of the recipients. Obviously, everything's got to be on the up and up. As far as the recipients are concerned, please don't put in your family member. We're going to ask you if you want to put up a recipient. You nominate somebody you know, not a family member, but say a friend of yours or someone you know that could benefit. Much like what's happened with Roxanne, with I think it was Sharon from Cruising Scene that actually nominated her. She put together a 2 to 5 minute video telling us why she thought Roxanne would benefit from the cruise. It went through the board process. Michael Ann went and asked a whole bucket load of questions and came back to the board with her thoughts. The board then decided, yes, that's a good fit. And so Roxanne's on a cruise. So that's what we're going to be doing with all our recipients. Anybody comes on board, we look at the video, we assess it, it goes out for questioning from Michael Ann, they get assessed, and then it's a yes or no, and then that comes back to the board with suggestion and the board approves or not. And that's how we get our people on board.
Okay, great. So how does Helping Hands for Cruising engage with the broader cruising community to raise awareness about its mission and to attract support?
That's where guys like you and everybody else in the chat comes in. We appreciate all the assistance that you guys give, because not only are you linking people onto the Helping Hands for Cruising channel, but you're also promoting it. You're putting up our info. You're telling people about it, and obviously we're getting people to donate money, because putting somebody on a cruise ship does not come free. Thank you, Bruce. Does not come free. We do have to pay for it. And all the funds that we get are greatly appreciated. Not 1 cent goes to anybody else but the recipient's benefit. So I can tell you, I have a full-time business. My business gives me enough money. I don't need to draw money out of Helping Hands, and neither does anybody else on the board. So every dollar that goes into Helping Hands goes out to putting a recipient on board a cruise ship. So invariably, it's up to you guys to get more people coming in, and we appreciate that. So
definitely helps spread the word.
Yeah.
And not only that, people in the U.S., right above Sean on his website, you'll see a QR code. If you scan that, you can donate to Helping Hands for Cruising if you're in the U.S. On the other side of Sean is the one for Australia if you want to donate in Australian dollars. So please donate. And everybody that's watching tonight, I would like to challenge you to give up your coffee for 5 days this month and donate that money to Helping Hands for Cruising.
That would be extremely appreciated.
Helps. Yep.
I would even go so far as to say just give up 1 coffee and give it. Yep. We appreciate 5. We appreciate a month's worth of coffee. Mm-hmm. But even if all you had was just 1, we would be grateful for 1 cup of coffee.
Yep, absolutely. And now, last question for you, Sean. And this is the $10 million question. Looking ahead, what are the long-term goals and aspirations for Helping Hands for Cruising, and how do you envision the organization evolving in the future?
So, from our point of long term, I would like to see within the next 5 years the benefit of helping hands for cruising, chartering a cruise ship, so that we can put 10, 15 recipients on board that cruise ship. I would also like. I'm working towards getting Helping Hands for Cruising to be in all 7 continents. Well, 16 continents. Yeah, no, all 7 continents. We start off with the U.S. We want to spread it. We're working currently on Australia as well. We'd like the U.K. to get involved. Canada will become involved by a factor of natural association. So we're basically wherever there's somebody who is in need and is an avid cruiser, we would like to expand Helping Hands out there. We would like to be known much like the Make a Wish Foundation. You know, that's a worldwide organization. We'd like to be in the same position. Not saying we want to use them, but that's my goal down long term.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Any last thoughts you would like to add?
Yeah, come and join us on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that here shortly. But we did forget to do one thing here this evening. Okay, you know what that is?
What are you
Proper introductions. So first of all, we'll go in the order of who came in first. So
Thank you.
And then we also have to go ahead and introduce Roots with Ocean Travel.
I just have to say this. Can you just go to the last message?
What's that?
Can you just go to the last message in the chat? James, mate, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So with that being said, how you doing, Bruce?
I am doing fantastic. I'm doing good. It's a Friday night, start of the weekend. Couldn't be better.
It's Saturday
you got a cruise countdown, don't you?
We do have a cruise countdown. We
are
going to be on a cruise ship in 9 days, 8 days, right around there.
Okay. And where are you going?
We are going to the Eastern Caribbean. We're doing St. Thomas, Puerto Plata, and Great Stirrup Cay on Norwegian Breakaway.
Oh, that's nice.
While you're on Great Stirrup Cay,
outside of the fact that they canceled Tortola, we're doing the same itinerary we'll be doing on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise.
Okay, so you get a preview. So when you're on Great Stirrup Cay, scout out places for Mr. Funnyman.
Yep.
Take plenty of photos and video.
In fact, right now I'm trying to, while we're there, actually set up a meeting with the manager of Great Stirrup Cay. So,
that's awesome.
Great.
We'll see if that happens, but I'm trying.
Why is Tortola canceled?
So, do you want the official or unofficial?
Both.
So the official from Norwegian is health reasons. The unofficial, in the last month to 2 months, there's been about 6 or 7 people disappear from cruise ships in Tortola. So I think it might have more to do with that, but we'll see. I mean, the official that we were all told when the letter was sent out is because of health concerns.
Well, disappearing is a health concern. I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So So hopefully
Yeah,
they get that all squared away, and hope, because a lot of people are disappointed that we're not going to Tortola, which I understand. Now NCL did give us an additional $100 onboard credit because we're missing that port. Plus they gave us our port fees and taxes back for Tortola. But I'm hoping they get whatever squared away so that next year in November, or actually it will be December when we're in Tortola, we will be able to go to Tortola.
Bruce, let me ask a question. In Puerto Plata, NCL only goes to Tano Bay?
Yes.
Okay. So make sure you get a lot of video of the port because of the lazy river and all the activities in that.
Funny you should say that. So we were actually going to be doing an excursion. We had planned on doing a snorkeling excursion in Puerto Plata until Cindy found out that they have a lazy river at the port. And so now we are doing the lazy river at the port.
Okay.
So
now, I believe in Tortola they have the same thing too. Is that correct?
I did not see. Now they may. I did not see a lazy river at Tortola, but that doesn't mean there's not. I wasn't looking at everything because we had an excursion purchase for there. So
okay. All right. And what else do you have coming up?
Oh my goodness. Well, we got that cruise that's kind of really focusing right now. And we're excited about it because it will be our first NCL. So we'll be able to preview how
a blue card
is on a cruise, because this will be our very first one. So we'll be able to preview that, getting ready for our Alaska cruise and also the Rock and Roll Tribute cruise. So we're about that. We've never been on the breakaway, so we're excited about that. And we've never been to any of the ports we're going to. So these are all first for us. So we're excited about that. Then we got our cruise in July on the Carnival Jubilee, as part of Family Reunion 2.0 with Have Luggage Will Travel, cruising with them. So that's exciting. And we just continue getting everything wrapped up. So everyone needs to get on this Rock and Roll Tribute cruise. We are going to have some exciting things that's going to be happening. Trust me on that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we need to, everyone needs to get on this. And yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going on. So plus we have our lives every Tuesday night. We will be going live this Tuesday before we head on out. So, and we'll go live. We're going to go live at least once while we're on the breakaway.
Okay. So. Well, I mean, everybody's saying it. Jimmy, you, Sean, me, Cruise of the Century, the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise.
I think so. This is going to be awesome, and this is how do I want to say this? This will not be the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising Group cruise, but it will be the inaugural of some very big things happening with Helping Hands for Cruising, Norwegian, and music. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys do not want to miss this one. It's going to be great. A lot of things are going to be happening in the future that I am extremely excited about. So.
And in the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, the committee that is putting this together is a group of people that are very much experienced in all the different aspects of what a cruise like this takes. So we're working to make this an experience that is unforgettable from the moment you board the ship to the moment you get back to port in Canaveral. It's going to be nothing but memories, nothing but creating long-term friendships, great music, great drink, great food, wonderful ports, wonderful activities, and great camaraderie within the community. So this is, like we said, this is definitely the cruise of the century for all those reasons and more. So let's go ahead and run that beautiful bean footage so we can give a little more information.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell the green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell?
All right, you guys.
I'm so upset, Ross.
Why?
I just broke the vellum on my air snare drum.
Oh no. You know those things are expensive to replace.
Yeah. They're
I mean,
almost as expensive as the
I'm
strings on
personally
the record.
covering the cost of the strings for the air guitars on the cruise.
I know.
So somebody's got to take care of the air drum pads.
I don't know. Bruce, have you got a couple of air sticks around? You know, the
I might be able to
drum
send you a couple.
Thanks. You're such a nice guy.
Actually, Sean, if you want to save some money on that,
Yeah.
just go down to the Wing Wah and pick up some Chinese food and ask for extra chopsticks.
Oh, geez, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Absolutely. Go to your favorite potato noodle place and get it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So what I wanted to talk about is the bands. So both bands are very seasoned performers. They've been around a long time. They are touring now nationally. So they're traveling all over the country. I know that U.C.s has this summer, they're going up to Minnesota for the Tribute Festival that benefits POWMIA and veterans. They're doing the Tribute Island Fest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. They have two of private shows that they're doing up in the Northeast U.S. And they're doing 3 private shows on the West Coast this year. Echoes is expanding more, going more north now. And they have at least 5 shows this year in Michigan between Detroit and in their home state of Indiana. Mm-hmm. So covering the whole state. So they're doing quite a bit. Plus they do a lot of private events. Mr. Bunnyman is doing a lot of festivals this summer. So they're very, very busy bands. They do have a popular following, and they do provide, as you can see in the videos, very immersive and authentic experience. So in the next few weeks, based on their schedules, before we get really into summer, working on getting the members of the band here on the stream. So, you can actually ask questions in the chat. They can tell you a little bit about their backgrounds, why they started, what they did, all of that. So we'll be having them in the next few weeks as well.
Awesome.
So what other helping hands for group cruises do we have on the books right now?
So right now we've got on the 21st of October, sorry, I got to talk American, October 21 this year, Amethyst Hayes, Amy, is running her group cruise, which is running on the Carnival Breeze. And apparently that's heading out of Galveston. I'm not sure of the itinerary, but it is a 5-night cruise, and that should be an amazing cruise because Roxanne will be on that. The next Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise will be on June the 15th. This guy, Ocean to Ocean, is having a group cruise going out of Seattle and headed up to Alaska. That's bucket list for us. And if we win the $60 million that might be up tonight, our time, we'll certainly be on that trip. So you guys better start praying we win the $60 million bucks. The next cruise that we're looking at is the Rock and Roll, which will be on the 29th of November 25. And that's going to be on the Norwegian Joy for those that may or may not have been watching the video. But we're certainly looking forward to those. So 162 days to Amy's cruise. Just to put in there, that's 228 days to Christmas. But anyway, 400 days to Ocean's group cruise, that one going to Alaska, and then 567 to the Rock and Roll Tribute. Oh, no. Ricky, stay away from me, mate. After what you did this week. I thought you were on the up and up, Ricky. I thought you'd had your rehab done. Yeah, don't even talk about it, bastard. Seriously.
I don't know what to do about this guy anymore.
Did we shoot him or what?
Yeah, but then we're going to lose an entertainer.
Yeah, well, that's true. What was the improvement? The mess you made to my vehicle? Seriously. Bruce is at a loss, right? He doesn't know what.
So, Ricky, where are you at right now? Be honest, where you're at right now. This guy is something else. I'll tell you, I don't know what to do. I'm aggravated right now, so I'm not looking at this.
I don't blame you. We can throw Ricky off the ship, mate. That would be okay. I mean that'd be really good if we could throw him off. But you know what? I believe he is a really good musician.
Medicine Hat, Alberta. Isn't that where Rob lives?
Oh no, Mike! Lock the doors. Put the dogs on alert. He's heading your way.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, dude, can somebody time this guy out, please?
Yeah, that's easy. Give me a minute.
Yeah, give him a 60-second timeout. Maybe it'll make it. Maybe it'll slap him across the face a little bit. You know.
I can't do it.
So talking about the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, this thing, you were saying it's going to be epic once you get on the ship. I think it's going to be epic starting actually the day before.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because that pre-cruise meetup is just going to be awesome.
Yeah, the meetup.
Yep.
We will have a headquarters hotel. everyone will be able to come and pick up their wristbands and some merch that we're probably going to have for everybody. So it's just going to be epic.
Hi, Carm. Welcome.
G'day, Carm. How you going?
Mario.
Sorry, Carm. Don't worry about it. Nightbot is just having a bad day. I keep teaching this guy. I guess Ricky Rocker hacked him again.
Bloody Ricky Rocker.
Yeah, well, I just kicked him out. So I guess we have to have him. We've already contracted him. We can't break the contract.
No, we can't break the contract.
No.
But I believe, but from what I hear, I believe he's actually quite a top-notch musician. So
Yeah, I haven't heard him in a while. He was good a long time ago. I don't know how he is recently.
No, well,
he can be having hands like this playing. For all I know, all of a sudden he had his fingers broken so many times.
Yeah, but I think by him having his fingers stuck like that, it actually makes it easy for him to play the air guitar.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, he can't hold a set of drumsticks to play the air drums, so maybe he can play the bass guitar.
Wait, Dad looked wrong. All right, let's get off this guy's topic. He's aggravating me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I might have to go up to Canada and kick his butt. So
listen,
just getting out of the way.
Let him come down under, because every time he's come down under, he's caused some sort of hassle.
Yeah, but I can't control him. It's his manager. I stopped being his manager in 2017.
Who's his manager?
I don't know. Some guy named Joey DeMarco.
Okay, we'll have to fix him. Anybody?
Yeah, Joey DeMarco's office is right here near me. I don't really care for the guy too much.
Yeah,
so.
No, okay.
But we're not going to go there. All right, so Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. So we have secured a place for the pre-cruise gathering. This place is called Gators Portside. It's literally right on the water. Right across from there, you can actually see the SpaceX Marine facility. And there's cruise ships all over the place. You'll be able to see the cruise ships sailing out that evening on Friday. Hopefully there'll be a launch. There's nothing announced at this point. Unfortunately, for Sean's sake, they will have Fosters. But I only ordered, I told him just have one can for Sean, and then we need a keg for a keg stand for Chris.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'll go.
And then the hotels we're still working on right now. So we'll keep you updated on that. We can't look into them until at least December. We're looking at a couple of hotels. We'll have one set up as the Hotel Central and one as a secondary hotel for overflow. And shuttle services will be available. We'll have more information on that coming as well. On board the ship, we're planning on doing the Helping Hands for Cruising 125 race. So you'll be able to register on board. It's a $50 entry fee. It includes 10 laps on the track. The best average lap time for you on your 10 laps will be recorded by the staff or one of our representatives at the racetrack, and they will stamp it. You bring it back to the event center desk, to our event center desk. You turn it in, and at the end of the cruise, we announce the winners, and you will get trophies and bragging rights. We are working on putting together on Thursday, Thirsty Thursday trivia at sea with Jimmy and Scott. And we are trying to get that set up. It'll be rock and roll themed, as well as we're attempting to actually live stream it for those who can't attend, because that's a staple on Thursday nights. We have a couple other activities that we're researching right now, And we potentially also may be doing 1 or 2 or more slot pulls on board. So we'll keep you up to date on that. So that $50 fee for the helping hands for cruising 125. Out of the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds that you donate will also be a tax write-off for the entry fee. That will go directly to helping hands for cruising.
Awesome.
They no longer have the laser tag on board that ship. They have replaced it with the Vibe Beach Club. That's an upcharge, adults only area. So that's one of the changes on board the Norwegian Toy. And also, the Galaxy VR pavilion is gone. And what they've done is they've replaced it with an expanded Madara spa, and it's supposed to be the largest spa in MCL's fleet. So if you want to see what it's like, we recommend that you definitely go on embarkation day. And if you're going to utilize the spa, the thermal suites, usually on embarkation day, they have deals. So we would recommend that. Bruce, you have anything you want to add on that?
Not at this time. We're working with Norwegian to we're activity wise, there'll be some other surprises too. So we're working through everything. Remember, you also are going to have a couple concerts to go to.
Yep, and those will be on the sea days in the morning.
Yep.
Okay. The concerts will be an hour and a half in length. That are on board the ship, and then Mr. Funny Man on the island will be all day. They'll be doing 30-minute sets, playing 30 minutes off on that rotation all day long. The other thing is, Great Stirrup Cay currently is a tender port. They're expecting by end of 2025, early fall 2025, that will no longer be a tender port. They're going to have an actual pier. So that makes accessibility a lot easier for everybody. As we know more and as we know changes, we'll keep you guys updated on that as well. Okay?
Awesome.
All right. All righty, folks. We've hit the hour. We have Go Live Together coming up. And then the Down Under Cruisers and Helping Hands for Cruising after that at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And then after that will be the usual suspects with Eddie Lugo Studios. Its triumphant return after being on hiatus for a year. So we got a lot going on this evening within our community. Also be aware that in June, our time schedules will be changing for Friday Night Live with OCB and Friends. We will get an official date to you, but we'll be 1 hour earlier. So it'll be 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock p.m. Your time, Bruce, West Coast. So we'll keep you updated on that because there's so many streamers at 7 o'clock. We want everybody to be able to enjoy all the streams that are out there. Okay. That being said, good night, everybody. Thanks for dropping in.
Have fun.